Welcome back to another episode of the Good Vibrations Only podcast, brought to you by...
It's about time, guys. Please put your... just DM us.
Okay.
Drop us an email. who do we have here today, FJ?
We have the three good guys behind Coffee Break. Okay. And where are we today?
We are at Amoy Street.
Okay. And then shall we introduce our guests?
Yes, let's let them do the talking and introduction of this place. Let's round of applause. Welcome the guys from Coffee Break.
Woo!
Hi everyone. My name is Faye. I'm the youngest of the sibling trio running Coffee Break. We are third generation.
I'm Jack. I'm the oldest.
I'm Anna. I'm Faye's twin sister, and we run Coffee Break together.
Alright. Fun fact. Who are you to you, FJ?
I am the youngest of everybody over here. Yeah, I am the youngest.
So they are essentially FJ older siblings. So boom. Alright. Yes. So in a nutshell, who are you guys?
We
One,
Yes.
2, 3.
Coffee
Coffee Break.
Alright.
Why thank you?
Coffee Break. Where are we located? Like, where are you guys located?
We are located right now. Here is the Amoy Street Food Center store. This is 20 years already. Our second store is at Hong Lim Food Center. That is only 2 years old.
Okay.
So we have 2 stores currently.
So Amoy Street Food Center at Home Lim. Okay, sweet. So the next question is, who started Coffee Break?
Not us.
Not us.
Not him.
Jack, would you like to
Actually,
take this question?
I came up with the name Coffee Break.
Oh.
I mean, I didn't start it, of course, but the name was suggested by me. When
There we go.
when my dad asked us what name do you think the store should be called? Yeah.
Okay.
In
It was-
English, right?
Yeah, in
Because
English
in Chinese,
first.
he
Yeah.
already decided on 咖啡快做.
Yeah. So
In English, he had to consult us. Yeah.
so yeah, I didn't start it lah, but the name originated from me.
Let's go. Okay, so
But our grandfather was the one who started the business
Okay.
in 1935.
alright. So prior to it being named Cafe Kwai Zuo, right? Was there other names that it was called before? Shall we like dig deeper? Yes, Anna.
I don't remember.
Okay, wait.
Just
take this.
So just before here, we were actually further down the road on Bun Tat, the cross section between Telok Air and Bun Tat
Okay, we'll
Street.
put a map here. Don't worry.
Yeah.
We'll add in post.
So here, it was called Hai Xiang Yuan.
Okay.
So that was just before this. And then before Hai Xiang Yuan, we were actually at Telok Blangah, Block 80.
Okay.
It's since been on block, so it was called San Hai Yuan. So San Hai Yuan Cha Shi.
Okay.
So that was when my grandfather was still around. He started there. Yeah.
Why was it called San Yuan? Yes.
The name. San Hai Yuan. San Hai and Yuan is the name of my dad and his siblings.
Okay.
Yeah, so the boys are uncles and auntie, I think. San Hai Yuan. So yeah, it started that way lah.
Alright.
Our father is San. Asan.
Actually, I always thought
Yes,
it was because our shop's location was
Near the sea.
near the sea.
Around. I mean,
Khao San.
that's one way to answer it.
I don't know.
Not bad. It's almost as close as
Actually, I didn't know what she said. I didn't know about what.
know.
Yeah, I didn't
Yeah,
know.
that's
Oh.
more true. Actually, Baba can attest to that.
Yeah, so
Nice.
yeah. So this is like
Also a
fresh
newfound
content,
knowledge to you.
original content for
Man,
all the viewers.
because actually, like now that you mentioned, I mean, just now Jack, you mentioned the near the mountain and everything. It's quite close to actually the naming of Moss Burger because Moss stands for Mountain, Ocean, and the Sun. Yeah, so boom, Mountain, Ocean, Sun. No, I mean, yeah.
Pretty sure
Boom.
we are older than Moss Burger.
We'll put
I
the
think we
date.
probably
Yeah,
are.
later we fact check.
Yeah, you can check.
No
Boom.
wonder I like Moss Burger so much.
Yeah, Moss Burger is great, man. Moss Burger, maybe you want to sponsor us?
I like a fish burger.
Me too, me too.
Lucky cat.
We'll cut out a lot of this because they haven't sponsored us yet. Okay. Everything on us. The
Okay. So what do we sell at coffee break?
What's it always be?
come guys. What?
We sell predominantly traditional kopi because that is our heritage, what we started out doing. But of late, I think a lot of people know us as the hipster kopi store. And one of our best sellers is actually, drumroll,
Hey.
the sea salt caramel latte. So it actually competes against the next bestseller, which is kopi, just traditional kopi.
Okay.
So if you look at the data, you know, it's kopi and sea salt caramel latte. Of course, we also do the usual peng roti, but we use wholemeal bread only wholemeal bread, and we do kaya guyu, but we also do our bestseller, the Earl Grey cream. Yeah.
So the Earl Grey cream is more popular than the kaya and butter, or would you say
Yes.
traditional kaya butter?
Actually, I think the Earl Grey is more popular than the kaya butter.
Yes. Do you guys agree?
I think the kaya butter is more popular in the morning,
Okay.
and then afternoon people like to try a lot more variation, like the black sesame and the. Overall, I think it's a good fight lah between
fight
both
lah.
of them. Yeah.
Okay. Nice. Good fight. No, y'all can see your opinions and we'll add the interesting parts. We can add the interesting parts in. Okay, wait, but then before that I also want to ask also, like, so who started coming into the business first? Y'all probably get this asked a lot, but for our audience, our younger audience, who joined like the business and when?
I think the both of us were the first two,
Okay.
but she started helping out more intensively first,
Okay.
and then I joined, but on a full-time basis, I was the one who
Okay.
did it first. Yeah, and then
We drag Anna in.
I dragged her in,
But
and then we dragged her in.
Yeah, but me and Faye, we started helping extensively. Intensively? Yeah.
When y'all
after
how old
during
was this?
like maybe secondary school lah.
Oh, okay.
When we can remember the drinks, we both of us started out helping here and Buntat Street lah.
Oh.
Yeah. So we were kind of both of us helped out a lot more.
Okay.
After that, my brother did full time, and then Faye joined him after, and then I was the last to join. Yeah. So first, second, third.
I think we more or less all worked here before.
You did?
You dare to say it?
Oh my
You
God.
dare- Is it true, guys? Is it true, guys?
Oh, I have no memory of her being
God.
here. If only just to drink Milo.
Yikes.
Wash the cups, I think.
Wash
Just
the
washing
cups.
the cups.
What,
Yeah.
what did you do?
Yikes. This was used for a trailer.
No, so hot.
Explain
Yeah,
yourself.
God. Back when we still had ice blended drinks, because you say I like to drink what Milo. No, I like to drink the Oreo ice blended when we still had that last time. Then I was very stressed because need quick math. Now I cannot.
Need quick man.
Yeah, like then customers always like, I got 10 cents over here. Then I don't know what to give back already. So I was very stressed. I don't like. So I think maybe I only work like 1-2 times. Then after that, never.
That's not used to work here.
You heard it here first.
Okay. So yeah, lor. But then can y'all just briefly tell us what you all were doing before you all became hawkers? Like, what were you doing before that? Yeah.
I was doing freelance business magazine reporting and writing, and then I worked for about 8 months at CNBC. It's a business cable news channel, so dabbled in that for about 1 year, and then I almost became a teacher. And thank God I didn't become a teacher. Yeah. And after I broke my bond with MOE, and I had to pay them back the money,
Oh.
which I didn't use yet lah. So
Okay.
thankfully,
So you just had to return them only lah.
yeah,
Okay.
because they paid me an advance pay.
Oh, interesting. But why didn't you like pursue like being a teacher? Like what was like the
I just remembered. I mean, all the nightmares of having to wake up early just
Oh.
came back to haunt me again. Like, why am I doing this?
no.
No, as a teacher, you have to wake up quite early also. So like, cannot. I was like, why am I doing this again?
Okay.
So yeah, I
This
mean,
was how far into like the bond, then you quit like.
just 3 months.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
3 months.
Like this is like when they bond you that you have to go to school like
Yeah,
the NIE lah.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
I hadn't started NIE yet.
Right.
So yeah, it was between going back to doing news or helping out and studying out here. So I decided to
Okay.
go back to our roots.
All right. What about you, Faye?
I was a full-time sports events and marketing executive
Okay.
with the Volleyball Association of Singapore. That
Pictures
was
of Faye and
that was straight out of uni. I joined VAS because I was also playing full-time as a national beach volleyball player. And after 2 years there, we decided to retire from the game itself, and I actually did barista and ad hoc work in coffee for about 2 years as well before I joined here officially. So during the time in coffee, specialty coffee, I actually paid for my trips overseas to volunteer at like World Barista Championships in Melbourne, 2 years, just to see and get a feel of what the world's coffee scene was like, you know. And that was something that I think my dad encouraged to do. He didn't pay for, but he encouraged. So I went out to see what it's like here, Singapore, overseas, before I joined Jack lah. Yeah, so that was what I did lah.
all right, fair.
Straightforward.
Anna, what about you, Anna?
I was a preschool teacher for about 3 years. Yeah, I was also on bond, but only for 2 years lah. So
Picture of Kotaro. What? Yeah,
Also can, also
anyhow
can.
lah, okay.
Kotaro,
He how
still
old
remember
already,
you.
sia?
Shout out to all the people who know Kotaro and all the parents watching this.
Oh my god. Okay.
Yeah, so huh?
Yeah.
Because of I need to spread the love, you know. So yeah, after I left the job, then I just decided to become a 流浪者 for a while lah, you know, just chill a little bit. Then I see them working every day, every morning, very 辛苦, you know. Then like Faye asked me to help out, so I was like, oh, okay lah, I go and help a bit. Then a bit became a bit more. Then I started doing it full time lah, cause like why not lah? Helping your family is better than working for other people lah. So yeah, that's about it.
I always like to say, if
Say.
I become a reporter and write other people's story, why don't I write my own story?
The phrase. Boom. Okay. I want to ask, would you all say, like, since I think maybe during your dad's time, right? I mean, we don't go until so far back, like grandfather's time. But while your dad was running this store, and then now you guys like took over, right? What would you all say like the major changes are that the store has gone through? Be it like drinks wise, how you all run things after you all took over. What are some things that you all have done differently from your dad? That it's really like because of your decisions lah. You all wanna take this like.
I think I just need to highlight
Oh,
that
okay, yes.
one very major change, one of the first few changes was actually our branding.
Oh.
So this logo right here, you put the logo right.
That was actually what I
think-
was like. I really wanted to know. So I also forgot about it.
No,
But,
yeah. So I think one of the changes that kickstarted our run was the logo change.
Okay.
And I think a lot of people don't know, and we always get asked. But now it's time to put faces to the names.
I was not expecting this.
I wasn't
so
expecting this. Yeah.
This logo was designed by Isaac and FJ in their
I
poly
think
years.
I think it's
poly
like
years.
10 years ago.
Yeah, and I don't know how Isaac got roped in. All I know was when I started, it was like, oh, Jia, we just need a, that's what we call. Hey, Jia, we need a logo. Can you just think of a, you're in graphic, right? You just do one lah. It was really more of like free labor
Right.
and I don't know how you approach him.
I mean, oh.
Yeah, actually you should tell the story so
If
that I
we were
can better
together lah
explain
then,
it.
so-
No, I think the biggest is because between the both of us, he's much stronger in graphic design than I am. Then
That's true lah.
No, but then I came up with the copy time for one.
yeah, time for
Then
one.
we tied it in with the hourglass and everything.
Correct. I think I also remember where we actually came out with the sketch for this. We were at Boon Lay, we were at Jurong Point's, because the time you were studying, you were at NTU. Then we were at Jurong Point's Wendy's. Last time Singapore still had Wendy's. And then we were at the Wendy's at the MRT station. So I drew the first thing that I came up with was the hourglass for the logo. So I sketched it on the napkin. Yeah. And then it's two coffee cups lah.
Did you save the napkin?
Yeah, I know, right? We can like sell as an NFT. Then the thing is, yeah. But then I realized that it also looked like the coffee, the filter, right?
Yeah.
Right. So actually I didn't. It wasn't planned. It was just two coffee cups lah. And then I think we just riffed off from there, lor. Yeah. So okay, but aside from like the logo, but then, aside
you
from the
for
logo, yeah,
that.
of course. But aside from the logo, as in what I think maybe the audience want to know more is like, while your dad ran the place, and as compared to when you guys are now running it, what are some major like changes you all have like seen or that you all have under? Yeah.
I think the process of making the coffee and bringing it out to the customer has improved like tremendously, because we used to write the orders on paper,
Okay.
and then we need to bring it in for the brewer. So now we are using the POS system, which is so much faster. You don't need to run in and out.
Okay.
Yeah, so that has helped us a lot lah.
Right.
And what else?
Like for your, like not only like system, you all can talk about like drinks lah, or like how things were. Would you all say things were more casual back then, as in when you said paper asking for drinks and everything, and now it's more like systematic, things like that lor. What are some major changes? And when you all were kids also, like were the drinks different? Were you all selling other things other than coffee last time?
Another huge change would be our toast flavors.
Okay.
During my dad's time, it was only kaya and I think butter sugar. That's all. There's
butter
two
sugar
flavors.
Okay.
You can't choose. There's only kaya butter or butter sugar.
Okay.
Yeah, we used to do eggs, but but yeah, now we still have kaya and butter sugar. But we have, I mean, like we mentioned earlier, the Earl Grey cream.
Yeah.
We have
Black sesame.
black sesame, cinnamon
Yeah.
sugar, raspberry tiramisu, avocado yogurt foam, which is
Wow.
coming soon.
Okay, boom. You heard it here first.
Avocado
You heard
yogurt
it here
foam.
first.
I don't know.
Even they don't know.
Okay.
So, and of course our packaged products.
Okay.
So,
Did we?
oh, we did.
We never used to sell coffee powder or tea dust or capsules.
Coffee powder, we
We
did.
used to pack it.
Do you remember the photo?
We used
Oh.
to pack it very last minute. Like when they order, then we will pack.
Yeah.
Then
No, but
we
even-
agak away.
Even in Shanghai,
Yeah.
because you remember there was a acrylic sign just like that.
Uh-huh.
The
Elf service. Yeah,
Sort of.
elves here, guys.
indicated the price of how much the coffee powder was.
Then
Yeah.
there was a weighing scale to weigh the coffee.
Yeah.
It's not digital weighing scale.
It's the needle one.
Yeah.
So basically, almost our entire menu can be found in instant form, except for some of the items.
Okay.
But we are constantly working on making the entire menu purchasable from instant mix
Okay.
format.
When we say we really mean Jack.
Yeah.
He's the
He's the R&D.
Let's go.
R&D like R&D.
Someone wants a holiday, sir.
Create one drink every year.
Okay. But back then, would you say you all sold like other beverages as well, like other than say like coffee, tea?
I think my dad was very much the pioneer in that. Like as Jia remembered, we used to sell ice blended cookies and cream, and then like chocolate, ice blended chocolate, and orange mocha. So we really actually already had those ideas from my dad.
Oh.
What we did different was just to put in more exotic flavors that he wouldn't have experienced if he didn't travel or be exposed to the internet like we are.
Right.
So we only really expanded the menu to include more flavors, but the flavored part, introducing flavors,
Right.
introducing new things, was always encouraged by my dad. So it's like, wow, what's that slogan? 什么保留传统，迈向潮流。
Not bad actually. Should make
That's
it
what-
your t-shirts.
Okay, can.
Yeah. No.
Designer.
Oh, our time is over already.
Too scared and more fun.
But no, I was also like want to know because just now FJ also mentioned like you all had like Milo. Do you all like sell canned drinks last time also?
Yes, two.
Oh,
Coke and green tea.
Coke and green tea.
Yes. Vodka, green tea,
Literally only
and
these
Coke.
two.
Only two
Then
canned drinks.
what made like that? Like what made you all like shift like like just not sell like canned beverages anymore and just folk?
Everybody kept asking if we had other canned drinks.
Oh,
We decided, I just scrape it all.
what about
we-
Milo?
Milo, yeah.
Fair now. Okay.
Milo, I think we always had a fight like 要卖不要卖，要卖不要卖.
Then what made you all 不要买 in the end?
Opening the tin was a hassle.
Straight up like
Straight up,
straight
it's
up,
an
like,
operational
no
problem.
tuck you.
Yeah, no tuck you.
Then how did your like dad like take to the idea of like because now that you all expanded like the menu, right, like so many, like was that shift for him was it difficult for him to accept? Because I think at that point of time, Yami, you mentioned there's the orange mocha, right? Like maybe there was like one other flavor. But then to really like, wow, now you all come up with all very nice and interesting flavors, like your things that you all seen from abroad. Like how did he like take to that? Would you all say?
I think his first instinct is to wriggle his nose, like, 可以咩? But you can see he actually holds back. Before he says anything, then he will take some time to think about it. And he would never like say things like 可以做咩? Or like 不会很贵. They'll be like, oh wow, 新的点子.
Like he wouldn't put the fire out lah. He let
He
you all
wouldn't.
try
He really
lah. Okay.
wouldn't. And
Oh.
yeah, he'll fan it. And then he will make sure we follow through with it lah. It's
Right.
not just like an idea that's just like, oh, Papa, 我要这样做.
Okay.
He will say, okay, what's the next step? Is production easy? How are you going to sell it? How's the cost price? So he will always go through with a systematic approach to guide us along.
Right.
Yeah, even though sometimes as I got older, I see his hesitation. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, which is I feel is common because he's by right the owner. He's just watching us maybe ruin his business or reputation. But I think he knows we are also learning and experiencing everything. So he will let us make the mistake lor.
That's nice.
So this menu is here because it's a lot of trial and error. So sometimes you see it, then if we take it out, means it's failed.
Okay.
So yeah, just keep moving lor. So no, he's never been like 不可以做.
Right.
At least not to me lah.
What about you guys?
No way, he's always been very encouraging. He never says no. Encouraged. He never says no to us. So I think he reads a lot of books. So he always tells us to he always gives us new flavors to try. So it doesn't really just come from us.
Okay.
Yeah, so yeah.
Then what
By
are
the
some
way-
yes, Jack.
We are the only traditional coffee shop that offers soy and oat milk.
That tastes good.
Imagine if you like
Oh.
taping.
Ah.
Imagine and you are lactose intolerant. Yeah.
Now you
Taping with oat milk or taping with
Oh.
soy milk. Creamy.
I
And
also
after you
want to
drink,
drink.
you won't feel like going to the toilet because of the runs.
Okay.
Where to find?
That's good, yeah. Okay. So the next follow-up question is, in your individual memories, what flavor that y'all came up with that your dad was like, oh, like he actually tasted and then he was like, what the do y'all have this kind of like memory like
I think I just forgot
What was
flavour it
what bombed? What tanked? Like you all let your dad try. He's like, this is not it, man. Yeah.
I don't remember the drink.
Okay.
Because it was bad, right? So you just faster forget lor. But I remember he said 不可以 lah. Yeah, that was all I remember. I don't know the drink, I just 不可以 lah. Yeah.
Okay. What about you, Jack? R&D.
Already.
Like you.
Yeah, the first few permutations of masala tea, I actually used the different spices and I ground them using a food processor.
Okay.
I had a bit of help from my mom also.
Okay.
And then I brought the spices here and brewed the masala tea, and it was nice, but some customer feedback that it tasted like air freshener.
I remember. Was it
Which
not
begs
bad?
the question: Why is he tasting air freshener?
Yeah, like she was kind enough to say that it's nice, but can I give you a feedback?
Oh.
Sometimes I feel like I'm drinking air freshener. So that was from a customer's point
Okay.
of view. But from my dad's point of view, he did mention that it was a little bit too overwhelming,
Okay.
the spice. Yeah.
And how about you? Do you have any recollection that you
I don't think so.
that he? Oh, okay. Well,
Not in that.
not in that sense.
She
So-
perfects the drinks. Yeah,
Like where can
Anna
where can
perfects
they
the
go?
drinks, yeah.
Okay.
And usually I come up with the idea.
Yeah.
I sell it.
Yeah, and
Ah,
then she sells it.
okay, okay.
I think that's where
The three of
our
us, the strength come in.
come
Okay.
into synergy.
Then having just now earlier, you also mentioned like you're on your travels, right? You're like get inspiration from like different places and like taste and everything, right? Then where would you all say? What were some of your favorite places to go to when it comes to I guess like coffee in general? Like you want to talk about a little bit about that, and from that favorite place, what do you all bring back to Coffee Break?
I think we don't go overseas for the coffee.
Right.
We sometimes you go to a restaurant and then they serve a certain kind of dessert with exotic flavors. That's
Right.
where we go to the place
Okay,
for.
okay.
So yeah, coffee not so much lah. But like maybe like in Japan they sell mochi, right? And they have a lot of flavors, and they had like the black sesame mochi. They got the idea from there lor. So yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
In fact, the black sesame toast was
Born out of.
was where, if you remember,
yeah.
we went to this Japanese street where they sold F&B items like plates and cutlery and,
Okay.
and all the stuff. And there was a cafe, I remember. We went there. It was just simple toast with a side of black sesame paste and solid butter. That's all. That's all that that's how it was presented.
Like this
And-
was on their menu lah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's like white bread lah.
Yeah, what was it white bread or toasted?
I think it was a fat.
Yeah, it was a fat toast.
But was it toasted? Like
Slightly toasted. Slightly toasted.
Japan got toast bread culture, or they copy
Yeah,
our
I think so.
penggang roti.
Who knows, right? Maybe they copy.
Right, maybe
us.
they also come here for inspiration.
Yeah,
They also
so-
doing their own podcast. They also talk about like Singapore Amoy Street.
Yeah, for sure. I think. So
Okay. Yeah, go
that
on.
was where the black sesame flavor started. But sometimes, like I went to Turkey and Iran, and I saw the yogurt they had was sea salt mint. It was very popular flavor. So I thought maybe why don't we put it into coffee and see how it works out. And
Okay.
so far so good.
Yeah, sea salt mint is a very popular flavor.
Pumpkin spice.
My most vivid memory was when we came out with pumpkin spice,
Okay.
and a lot of people think we tried it in the US, but it was actually in France. So Jet and I, we were touring Europe, and we sat down at a Starbucks, and they were offering pumpkin spice fall ma. So we bought one, and we tried it, and we were like, wow, so sweet. I remember this very vividly because we were sitting outside. Inside was very, very crowded. It was next to the Palace of Versailles. And then we were taking a break from walking the entire
A coffee
grounds.
break. Sorry.
Oh my
I
god.
need to plug the yeah. Anyway, yes. Sorry to break
So
your
before
train
I
of
was
thought.
rudely interrupted and the lights went out, we were sitting outside at the table, And then there were autumn leaves on the floor, very nice, yellow, very picturesque. And then we were passing the drink between the two of us, you know, because we could only afford one. So we were trying to pick out the flavours which we had with us at the stall to create a pumpkin spice flavour. So we were just really so we were naming what we thought could replace flavors, could substitute, could bring out, and then that was how pumpkin spice latte was born here at Coffee Break. So it's not one flavor, one syrup. It's actually a combination of what we have here.
Right.
So you won't find the pumpkin spice syrup, but it's a combination of what we already have. So we didn't want to buy a new flavor, but we actually came up and engineered it ourselves. So that for me was a very, very fond memory.
Okay.
So pumpkin spice.
Right. So then the next one will be like, what would you all say are your favorite okay, if you can only pick one item on the menu, like what to recommend our audience or customers, your personal favorites. What would y'all
Hazelnut kopi C gosong hot.
boom. Jack?
Sea salt caramel latte ice.
Anna? Favorite flavor, like recommend like anything on the menu you want to recommend.
I think
Go to.
toffee nut teh-peng
Whoa.
is nice. Actually nobody orders that.
Yes, got one.
There was one customer who always
Shout outs to
ordered.
Cheryl.
Cheryl, and congrats on your marriage.
Oh, wow.
We were engaged to do her wedding.
Oh.
But it got postponed because of COVID and it's been 2 years. She still has a deposit with us. So
Oh.
what about you
Yeah,
guys?
if you're watching.
What drinks you all like from Coffee Break?
The lemon red tea, is it lemon red tea? Yes, but then they also have the elderflower red tea, which I just had. Nice, very nice.
I would go with the rum and raisin toast.
Oh
That's
yes, and
my
the black
favourite.
sesame toast. I think I said that just now also, but yes.
Like about 6 times.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would recommend that toast. The drink,
Drink.
I think I always just go for like something with latte. So sea salt caramel latte or hazelnut latte. I feel like cannot go wrong with those.
I don't think you drink sea salt, you drink hazelnut.
Yes. Okay.
Okay. So what do you all think sets your store apart? I don't know. What do you all think sets your store apart from other cafes / coffee shops in Singapore? At least your own personal take lah. This is your own understanding.
I think
No right, no wrong.
I think we offer a lot more variation of a drink. Like when you drink kopi and teh, you don't really have like flavored kopi and teh outside. I mean, in cafes you do have, but they don't have such an extensive menu. But for us, we have that, and you don't have to walk all the way to Starbucks or Coffee Bean. You can get it at a hawker center at an affordable price. So I think that is something you don't really get a lot outside in Singapore. So yeah.
I think the youthful vibe is what sets us apart also. So we employ a lot of part-timers who are still studying, who are waiting to go to NS, waiting to go
Picture
to
of their
uni.
stuff.
Yeah, waiting to go, who are still in poly and uni, so in between jobs. So I think that's one of our differentiating factors. Yeah, we don't see that much. Yeah.
Faye?
At first glance, I think when you come to Amoy Street, you will probably be very taken by the fact that we have a system going. That there is a very obvious ordering queue and a collection queue. You know, sometimes when you go to the old aunties and then like there's a whole crowd crowding around the store, then you don't know if they order already or
Yeah.
not. Like, 你叫了吗？还没叫。Then 我去哪里叫啊？我在等拿面。Then you're like, okay, then 我去哪里叫？ You know, sometimes you get quite scared trying to order from a very angry auntie.
Yeah.
Then I realized that here at Coffee Break at the store, it's very obvious. Order and pay and then you collect. So you never really worry about whether you cut someone's queue or the auntie angry, you take someone else's drink. Sometimes we are lah. Yeah, so that system law, and I think that is something that is lacking a little bit in a lot of, in F&B in hawker centers. Yeah, some sort of order, amongst the chaos that is a hawker center. And I think that is the most striking thing about Coffee Break. here, at least in the hawker center lah. Yeah.
Okay. Then for your what do you all think about the term Hawkerpreneur?
I used to hate it. I think I still do. Why? We're just trying to make a living, which it's just another profession.
Right.
Why you want to make it sound so fancy? To sell it? I don't know. I don't agree with it lah. I'm just like any other hawker.
Right.
You know, maybe you like me more because I can speak well. I'm semi-pretty, a little bit younger. You know.
Yeah.
Why? What? Why your face like that?
Yes, Jack.
I think the context in which the term hawkerpreneur is used will determine whether or not you like the term as a hawker.
Is it a very recent term that this like has been coined, or?
I think it's pretty recent. Yeah,
Okay.
pretty recent.
Okay, I mean,
5 years
yeah.
recent? I've been
Ish
doing it
lah.
for 5 years.
Okay.
Quite recent.
Yeah.
I think hawkerpreneurs are the older folks, you know, when they first started out being a hawker. For us, where we had like previous jobs, I don't really think we consider ourselves hawkerpreneurs because
Okay.
it's our first job as a hawker,
Right.
but like this is passed down by our grandfather and father, so we don't associate with that term lah.
Okay.
I think for the older folks, it's more
It's
apt for them. lah.
right,
Yeah,
more fitting for them. Okay, that's fair. Then you want to take the Spitfire round?
Okay, so we ended our first half of the interview, but now we're gonna do like a Spitfire round. So it's gonna be really quick lah. So all we'll do is we'll just ask like a this or it's like a this or that sort of question lah. Then you just say the first thing that comes to your mind, okay? But
you
then-
can short explain also lah.
Okay.
Okay.
You use this mic, then this one I will put over there, okay? So the first one is coffee or tea?
Tea.
Coffee.
So slow.
Bubble tea.
Slow style.
Oh, sorry.
Can I? It's quite
Means
funny
tea
also.
Okay. Starbucks or coffee bean?
Starbucks.
Coffee bean.
Oh. Okay, then explain one like
Yeah.
explain.
Coffee bean. It was my first taste of that sort of coffee. That kind of coffee when I was in secondary school, starting out in secondary school. And my first ice blender was a coffee bean ice blender. Yeah, the original.
Would you say
Java chip?
up to now, like coffee bean over Starbucks, like even up to now?
Yes.
Okay.
If only coffee bean was more accessible, I would still drink coffee bean.
Okay, Anna and Faye, why Starbucks?
Starbucks is our happy place. We always go to Vivo Starbucks after work to chill. We always eat like their quiche, and then we order like a latte or like a shaken lemon. You know,
Shaken
yeah.
lemon is
Now
getting from bad
Starbucks
to
won't
worse.
sponsor us anymore.
Shaken lemon is getting from bad to worse. They don't even shake it anymore.
What thing is getting back to us?
The shaken lemon.
Okay.
I don't know which part of it is shaken.
Okay.
Don't taste the lemon.
Favorite snack?
Huh?
Favorite snack?
I don't snack.
Oh.
We are very old people. We don't snack.
Sea salt and black pepper chips, handmade chips.
We'll put the picture.
Don't keke.
Oh,
What's it called? Alphabets? No. Lucky Charms. I will always eat Lucky Charms.
Dry also?
Yes.
With oat milk.
Yeah.
Only.
No lah, just we don't snack. I don't snack anymore.
Oh
I really
my
don't.
God.
I really don't.
Anna, this one is a very open session.
I really don't. I don't.
I think she doesn't snack, but she just buys
A
whatever
lot.
she feels like, and then she eats whatever she buys.
So it's not called snacking lah.
I always see
eating.
snacks lying around. at home.
She likes Calbee hot and spicy
Oh, yeah.
potato chips. I don't know why you never say.
And the Calbee potato chips has to be
The ridges one.
the one with the
yes.
ridges, not the
Not the flat one,
not the flat one.
Okay.
Okay.
Favorite childhood TV show?
Care Bear.
My Little Pony.
Sakura the card character.
Okay.
Oh, it's actually cut character Sakura.
Inuyasha.
Okay. What are you watching on Netflix now?
Attack on Titans.
21, 25.
Oh shit.
Forecasting love and weather.
Okay, is he okay?
I finished Juvenile Justice already.
Oh, wow.
He's a K-pop fan.
Jujutsu Kaisen.
Oh, wow.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, okay.
I did not
Business
expect any.
proposal is quite good.
Who?
Business proposal.
Oh my god.
Okay.
He gave
Wow,
everything
not bad.
all
This
Korean.
all the
Korean.
K-drama. Not bad, not bad.
Favorite subject in school?
English.
English.
Geography.
Oh, wow.
So weird.
Yeah.
Favorite thing about being a hawker?
Free coffee. Endless free coffee.
The banter.
The banter amongst staff or with customers.
Customers and staff.
Seeing different customers every day.
If you weren't a hawker, what would you be doing?
I hope I would have had a chance to be a nurse, I guess.
I wanted to be a geologist before I became trained for being
Nice.
a journalist.
Oh, interesting.
I would be a barista. I would be in F&B. Yeah, I really like service. Like maybe specialty coffee.
Ah,
Okay.
okay.
Favorite food at Amoy / Hong Lim?
Aside from your store,
Char Kway Teow.
Char Kway Teow where?
which are Amoy or
Hong Lim Char Kway Teow.
First floor, second floor?
Second floor opens at 6
AM?
a.m. Yeah, yeah.
Char 6 AM?
Eh.
No, have ah. Holy shit. Are this, no, really got people queue at 6
There's already a queue at
6
6
AM.
a.m. Yes.
Wow.
What are
Yeah,
you
must
doing
try
at 6
sia.
a.m.?
Sleeping. Or maybe just going to sleep. But wow, shit. Okay, I must go and try.
I recently just discovered that my neighbor has really good salad.
Oh.
Okay, yeah. So
James Cassidy.
he's my go-to now.
Okay. Jack
There's this stall called Jinghai Cooked Food.
at
The
Amoy?
uncle, yeah, downstairs.
Okay.
Tucked away at one corner.
Okay.
The uncle quite old. He only sells 2 items:
Oh.
hor fun and fried rice.
Like the signboard only hot fried.
Yes, but
Okay.
it's Michelin.
Both also good.
Yes, it's Michelin 1-star standard.
Okay.
Yeah, Check
Interesting.
it out. Jinghai Cooked Food.
Jinghai cook food can.
Got long queue or not?
No queue.
No Michelin.
Underrated.
But because he lets the customers go off after ordering,
Ah.
after you pay
It
lah.
was only one uncle.
Only one uncle. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, then the next few questions, y'all just say the name among the three of y'all, okay?
So, sorry, since Jack brought up, sorry, I want to add. So what's the most, since y'all now, I mean, corporates here at Amoy, right? Then we're all very busy. But what's the most like underrated store y'all think in Amoy? Aside from you guys, like that y'all want to like highlight, shout out.
Most underrated.
Underrated. Like people come here, they never go for that store lah. But actually, wow, a hidden gem, not bad. Yeah, this one, why no one like it?
There's one store that sells, I don't know whether there's a long queue lah, but the Mei Cai Ko Roll downstairs.
yeah.
Damn shiok, you know. Yeah. That one, no?
Jack, you?
Yeah, I would recommend that one.
Mei-Cai
Quite underrated.
It's, I
And
think, in
then
the middle.
Jinghai.
Yeah,
Oh.
the one.
And
Jinghai.
Jinghai.
Also same?
Yeah, and Jinghai. Jinghai.
Faye, what about you?
I think in Hong Lim there's this new hawker, but it's run by maybe like a 50-year-old couple,
Okay.
and they sell fish dumpling hor fun or mian, and it's really good, and it's cheap, and the couple very nice. So I enjoyed talking to them and then eating the food. So it's on the second floor. It's quite new. It's in the middle aisle. So maybe I think along the same stretch as the Taihua bak chor mee.
Can. Okay.
Okay, so the next few questions, just say the name that comes to your mind first. Who complains the most?
Anna.
Me.
I think he does.
Who complains the most?
Yeah, I think
Me.
her.
Who is the funniest sibling?
All of us, I think. I think all of us. Really?
I don't know.
I think FJ, FJ is the funniest.
Yeah, they are not bad also. Yeah. Oh.
Between her. Oh,
Who has the best taste in music?
Wow, this one. This
Jack.
is a very musically like.
Jack.
nice
Jack.
family.
Jack. I think Jack has the best taste in music. Also because I grew up listening to Jack's Win M. So naturally you
Win
gravitate-
M,
Can you explain to the audience?
What is Win M?
What is Win M?
Yeah, can you explain to them?
Win M is your old school Spotify.
Okay. Well,
LimeWire.
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 Must download from IRC.
Napster.
Oh my god.
MP3 download / channels.
MP4.
Yeah.
MP4.
It's like your like songs in playlist in your Spotify. Yeah.
Okay.
Takes them long to download, but worth it lah.
So who has the best list? Jack.
Jack.
Okay.
Yes.
Who is the meanest out of all three?
Faye.
Oh wow. What? No.
Did not hesitate.
I'm the nicest.
Aggressive as
Tough love. Tough love.
It's the nicest to the customers,
yeah.
but internally it's different.
100%.
But yeah, it's necessary,
Tough
I
love.
guess.
Okay.
Who is the loudest?
Faye.
FJ.
I think when Vic does the post, she'll realize Faye is very loud. Actually, she don't even need a mic.
It's true. I actually do it because I know how difficult it is to pick up sound in post.
Yeah, I can tell. I can tell.
Vic, this for you.
Very professional.
Yeah.
Who is the most adventurous?
Jack.
Jack.
Jack for sure.
Jack, do you agree?
Yes.
I think he's the most well-traveled amongst all of us
Yeah,
also.
yeah.
Who is the cleanest?
Anna.
I think me, yeah.
You're a freak.
Clean freak. Every time she comes to the shop, I smell the
Disinfectant.
fabric. Yeah, some sort of
Softener lah.
disinfectant.
Very
The
fresh.
fabric softener.
Clean
Can never
cotton.
achieve that look.
Who is the messiest?
Jack.
Jack. My God.
Who is the better cook?
Me.
Anna.
What's your best dish? You think like you're very proud of, like you really can make a mean.
Kuloyo.
Oh.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I
Damn. Okay.
had the pleasure of tasting
Yes,
it
yes.
before.
It's good,
Yeah,
ah.
it's good. It's good.
Wow.
Who is always on their phone?
Anna.
Jack, I think Jack lah. Always on the
But
phone. Even
only
when
because they do a lot of online stuff.
Oh.
Yeah. Anna's in charge of socials. Jack does a lot of orders and deliveries. So they got reason lah. It's not a bad thing.
Because when I text Faye, she also never reply.
She's always on her phone, but she never replies, right? When you need it.
reply you 2 days later.
Need 2 business days.
You see the reply to a message that's 2 days later.
Double tick, but actually,
Whose Telegram is last seen 2 days ago? You?
Scroll back.
Okay, the last one. Who swears the most?
all of us swear we don't.
To a certain
I think you
extent,
eh.
Like the most.
Yeah, I think it's FJ. I think.
Oh my god.
Like your father. 开口闭口就是粗话。
Oh. Okay.
It gets worse with age.
Oh yeah. Boom.
And that's the end of the Spitfire round. Thank you.
Woo. Okay, now we
Okay.
move on to part 2.
Yes, sir. So I think the part 2 is more for people who want to sort of like explore, doing their own ventures and stuff like that. But in Singapore, it's very hard to do stuff like that. Like coming out to be a hawker, that's something that people don't really think about doing or dare to dream of doing. They always think it's reserved for, I don't know, older people or people who have no choice.
Yeah.
Or so what are some of the misconceptions do you think like people have about what are some of the misconceptions you think?
Or in fact,
Oh, okay.
yeah. Or in fact, what's like in the beginning lah first? What's like the current perception of like hawkers/hawker centers in Singapore? Like at the current perception lah. Yeah.
I think
What is your perception? I mean,
yeah.
we are in the industry.
True.
Because you're a non-hawker, right? Shouldn't you be the better person to tell
Yeah,
us?
what is-
Can we give
what are
our
your
opinion? I think personally, I feel lah like this is just me lah. At least for me, there's 2 very defining factors like that define Singapore or like Singaporean lah. Hawker centers and void decks. I don't know. That's to me very very Singaporean. Like
Soccer at the void deck.
yeah, exactly. I feel like these 2 things very iconic, like very Singapore thing. So hawker center is void deck. Like I feel like it's not something that is very like the way our hawker centers are laid out lah. I think as compared even Malaysia also got sort of like hawker center.
No, they got kedai.
Correct.
Yeah.
I mean the kedai looks like our old school, those kind
Yes.
of same. But then they also got like more modernized hawker. Last time we
Yeah.
went to KL, all
Yeah.
those, but it's very different vibe. It's a very different vibe. You understand what I mean, right? Their stores are not laid out in this kind of like format. So I think to me, and I actually really enjoy like there's a atmosphere, certain
It's
atmosphere.
more sparse, is it?
Yes,
in
correct.
KL?
More space. It's not like packed.
Yeah.
Correct, it's like
not
one
so,
store that
It's
around-
not like Shiling.
No, it's not like Shiling. No.
We are more like Shiling, right?
The stores are outside.
No.
Outside the kopitiam.
The Malaysians also have like
Yeah,
this kind of
right.
indoor.
Like it's
one.
more like the old airport that kind. You know that kind of
Yeah,
layout.
but also not so like jam-packed.
Yeah,
like,
it's
stores
not
in a row.
as jam-packed as Old Airport,
Right,
right?
they don't have so many like stores in one.
Yeah.
Like maybe like 1, 2, then
The
it's like an old school canteen. That's how right. It looks like old school canteen, like a very old secondary school canteen that kind. Yeah. But to me, I really enjoy It's really the sights, the sound, the atmosphere I think I really do enjoy.
What is your misconception of a hawker?
I mean, your current perception,
perception.
not misconception. Sorry.
No, that was that's the next one. That's the
Oh,
next
okay.
one. Yeah. Yeah, lor. I think to me this is my own perception. I mean, I enjoy. I think it's something very Singaporean.
You think it's a defining one of
the defining things about Singapore, lor.
And
Yeah.
void decks.
And void decks, yeah. Like you get so many different mix of cuisines, styles, flavors, all in one place at a very affordable price. So 100%. Then what about you, FJ?
I don't know if this is a controversial opinion, but I feel like, I mean, hawker centers are oh my gosh, hawker centers are a very important part of our identity in Singapore. But I feel like the consumers, right, are very controlling as to how it should be, or like, I'm on Reddit very often. People always say stuff like, wow, you up 50% 50 cent it's like damn expensive lah. Like if you maintain its quality, then okay lah. Then you go do lah. You know what I mean? I feel like no, but that's not the point. So it's like you cannot keep thinking as a consumer. I feel like okay, you must think about the rent is going up, like prices are going up. Then you can go to your boss and demand for a higher pay. Why can't hawkers, feel they have the right to, increase their prices where they didn't feel like. And then if you feel like that's not something you want to support, then just
Buy from another hawker.
buy from another hawker and support someone else lah. But you don't have to put down somebody to support someone else. That's what I feel. I feel I see that very often in the consumers.
Yeah, I think to add on to what like FJ mentioned also, I think the whole maybe people they do feel like how to say maybe like every 10 cents, 20 cents increase in like hawker food, hawker drinks or whatnot, then people will start to like make noise lah. But they could go outside, let's say a coffee establishment outside, they're okay with paying like higher prices because of I don't know what branding or like atmosphere or whatnot.
But
And-
hawkers are meant to be places for cheap food.
Yeah, and I feel like I think that's not the right like mentality that one should have like, I mean even hawkers also can have equally as good or even better food also, so I think we demand the same like kind of like
Respect.
lah, so at least that's us lah.
I think the perception of hawkers, which I can relate to what you said about it being one of the quintessential things of Singapore. I think it's a place where non-hawkers come and get inspiration from. When I go to a hawker center, I get inspired, not because I am a hawker myself. I think for a person who doesn't work in F&B, the hawker center is a place where possibilities are born and they are taken as a first infant steps to something that's greater. You see a lot of places. I mean, we're talking about F&B brands. They started out as a small stall in a coffee shop or in a hawker center.
Astons.
Yeah, Astons. In a hawker center as well. So if you apply it to a person who doesn't work in F&B, you start out as a rookie in a job in a particular industry. In any other industry, that's where you start. You start small and then you work your way up, and that is essentially every hawker's story, I guess.
Okay.
I mean, in no other place would you find no name, no fame, no brand person starting out with a simple idea as a char kway teow or a fusion Japanese Chinese dish, and then just because he dared to take the first step, and a few people supported him, he ventured out as a hawker first, and then he made it better and better, and then eventually he succeeds. Whether or not he goes on further to open up a restaurant or goes to make it a chain or a franchise, that's not really the point. The point is, do you do your job to the best of your ability, and do you constantly seek to improve it, and how it ties in with how essentially it is Singaporean is, I think this constant spirit of wanting to improve and wanting to be better than you were previously. I think that's where the inspiration comes when you go to a hawker center. Yeah, for anybody, it's not just like you said. You brought up a very good point. Yeah, it is very, very quintessentially Singaporean.
I think when you speak about like inspiration, I think I remember last time in the past, remember the Japanese guy who came to your store. Then
Yeah.
he was Songki Chifan.
Yeah.
Put the place here. Like that was one. I mean, he came to the store and he
Yeah,
told you
yeah,
guys
yeah.
about.
You remember?
Because we
went
went
to
to his store.
his store in Japan.
Then I
Oh,
showed him
yeah,
your
you went to
photo.
his store, yeah.
I said I'm your sister.
Yeah.
You should give them a bit of context.
Yeah.
Who is he?
Mr.
Yusuke Matsumoto-san.
Matsumoto, yes, Matsumoto, yes. Correct. So that's why it's called Songji. Songji. Matsu is the song in Japanese. So yeah, so he went back then. His branding is, I mean, we'll put an image here, like, you know, he runs a chicken rice store. Singaporean style. Yeah, correct. He got sell like chicken rice, he got sell cai tao kueh. But it tastes more like tamagoyaki. So it's not really we ordered. So it tasted more like tamagoyaki. We're a bit disappointed. But
If you're out there,
It's
please
for
make
them-
some
for them,
changes.
Correct, it's for them.
It's contextualized to
correct.
their
No,
taste.
but the chicken rice is very, very authentic. So we had this debate. So they also serve the chicken rice chili.
Yeah. You know he took damn long to perfect that.
I told you. He
No.
made it himself. Isaac
Yeah.
keeps saying,
So
is he
for
buy
it,
one?
I was like, fucking nice. It was damn good. That cannot be he make one lah. It's fucking nice. Yeah. It's
made
legit.
one.
Then she keep telling me make back one lah. Confirm from the what Loyki or don't know
Yeah,
what.
but how
I
many
don't know. That's why.
what, to
No.
last the whole
That's why I
operation?
say chicken rice is super authentic. Yeah, the chili, ginger, and the dark sauce lah. Yeah. Then we saw funny. So there were other customers lah. We only had 15 minutes to eat because they had like a huge like booking for dinner time. So they say, oh, okay lah. We say we know the coffee. You all know the coffee break. Okay, y'all come in. We squeeze time for 15 minutes. So while we were eating, right, there was like this like couple eating. Japanese couple. And then it was quite funny. I think they ordered like sambal kangkong. Because he had sambal kangkong on the menu. I think the guy was enjoying it, but he kept trying to feed the lady lah. The girl was not liking sambal kangkong at all. I mean, I don't know. We didn't order lah, but yeah, we ordered cai tao kueh. Tastes like tamago. Yeah. So okay.
Matsumoto-san, if you are listening,
Okay. Yeah. No, actually, I wanted to add on to what he
yes.
was saying, because he was saying like, you know, people always like, you know, you gain inspiration from here and then maybe you move on to like to create your own restaurant or what, right? But conversely, we also see a lot of like, is it conversely? We also see a lot of big name chefs. You know, at the end of the day, they are like, I'm so tired of working in a big establishment. At the end,
Mr. J.
Yeah,
Ex-
yeah.
Mr. J.
Ex-
don't know how many
Ex-Din Tai Fung,
they mess
Hilton chef.
they mess quit Din Tai Fung
Or something nowadays.
or like ex Hai Di Lao. Then, but yeah, as in, but what I'm saying is like,
I think that's got chef, man. We are the chefs. Aren't we the chef?
that's true. Yeah, but they come back down to the hawker center because they want to be closer to the people and to do simpler dishes or to be able to bring it to the masses in a way that they like lah. So I guess in a way it's quite nice because this is really where things happen, you know, like what you said, and I agree lah. So yeah.
Then moving on from that, so misconceptions and stereotypes like that you all get, that you think you all get.
As young hawkers or business.
Misconceptions would be, I think a lot of people would think that we are very lowly educated or like, you know,
Nothing wrong also, but like,
Yeah, I
that's their
mean-
first assumption.
yeah, that is the very first assumption. Because the way they speak to you at first, right, it's a bit, not say rude.
Condescending.
Yeah, but yeah, condescending, and it doesn't feel good lah.
Or when like say like the old uncles aunties or
Yeah, like, the way they speak to you is just very
the store for the
offhandish.
consumer
Yeah. So you
Casual
feel it
lah.
a bit too casual also sometimes.
Macam we
Yeah.
no feeling right?
Yeah, like we don't have feelings like that.
That's
So
that's not.
来啊，隔壁哦。I'm like, huh? 讲好一点啦, you know? Yeah, so a lot of hawkers always get these kind of remarks and it's just very annoying lor. Because like nowadays a lot of people are like graduates or like people who have PhD, they come and do hawker business and they're just like us lah. We are all educated and you know, we speak to you nicely, you should do the same. It's like being a hawker, cooking and washing is the same as what you do at home. Like your mom, you know, cooking for you, washing the dishes for you, clean the clothes. It's like everybody's mom and dad is like a hawker, you know, like. So I think it's just, I don't know lah, they just see this as a different background lah. They just think that, oh, 这个小贩
Then as a young hawker, like
Inexperience.
Yeah.
I think that is the most obvious misconception. But because you're young, you haven't done many years, so they think you don't know what you're doing, which is a fair assumption. But I say give the hawker a chance. When our forefathers started out, I don't think they also know how to make kopi lah, you know.
They don't know what they were doing also.
Yeah, so it's true trial and error.
So you all feel like in the beginning when you all first started, do you all think you all got like a little bit underestimated by like the crowd?
But yeah, for sure. And the only way to get better is to do more and get better at it. And I think this is not just applicable to young hawkers. Could be young shop owners like yourself, new business owners. You know, yeah, we don't know what we are doing. We may look young, but we're here now. We're trying. You know, instead of like you said on Reddit, you know, putting people down, say words of encouragement lah. Like, you know, instead of saying this coffee sucks, tell me something that is useful. Like
It could be better.
like the coffee is a little bitter today, or maybe it's a little sweeter than I would like. Maybe tomorrow you can make it less sweet, or I like it more gao. Different people have different perception, different preferences. The coffee you like, Isaac, maybe Jack don't like. And it's not that the coffee is bad. It's
Right.
just a matter of preference.
Right.
So we can do better by being more gracious and magnanimous than just outrightly going on social media and just saying, oh, this coffee sucks, don't patronize, they are so rude, they're inexperienced. You know, let the consumer decide for themselves. Why you want to decide for them?
Right.
So yeah, you see a young hawker, you see a young business, go in, say hi, you know. And this people-to-people relation is very important nowadays, especially in our
100%,
society. So yeah, I think that is one thing that people always associate with age, with inexperience. Yeah.
I think a lot of people are becoming lazy. Like they use social media as a tool to, you know, either put people down or, you know, encourage other people. But I think it's sometimes used wrongly lah. So
Because everyone wants to be an influencer lah. They
guess,
feel like
yeah.
their opinion counts lah, right? So
I mean, your opinion counts, but it has to be the right
right.
platform, right opinion. Yeah.
We're talking about yes misconceptions, right?
Yeah, as a young hawker, like what stereotypes, misconceptions that people have of you as a young hawker.
I think people still expect university graduates to be doing more non-manual jobs, which I can understand to a certain degree, but I don't think it is useful anymore. I think it's more useful to understand from a business owner point of view. Yeah, like stop being such a consumer, and the business owner can either be very highly educated or not at all, and it doesn't matter a bit how whether his food is good or not. So yeah, I think people expect graduates to be doing office jobs or doing tech jobs, startup jobs. So yeah, I think it's a bit unfair to think that way, and it limits it limits society in a way. If someone wants to bake cakes or make ice cream, why not? You know,
Right.
Someone has to do it.
Yeah, not everyone will do will be
Not
a
everyone needs to be a
baker.
doctor,
Yeah,
not
not
everyone
everyone
needs to be an
will be a
engineer.
doctor. Not
Right.
everyone will want to do a certain job all the
100%.
time. Yeah, a lot of doctors also, they have a side hustle, opening cafes.
Yeah. Oh.
A lot of them crash, but
Oh. Okay, so moving on, right? What do you all think is the hardest challenge that you guys have faced in the years that you all been running this business?
Misconceptions.
Oh. Okay.
yeah. I think they are so young, know how to make coffee, man.
It's a constant battle, lah.
You need to liberate the society from this misconception before they can start accepting graduates as hawkers or hawkers as a legitimate profession, or hawker food can be slightly more expensive than your $2 chicken rice. Where got $2 chicken rice?
Ananas Cafe. Under the
It's
MRT.
rhetorical.
Oh, sorry. Sorry.
What is that?
We'll cut out.
So,
Ananas Cafe.
It's always those under the MRT.
well, that one don't count lah.
I think so.
也是职业吼。
那个是哇 but the portion very small
Yeah,
lah.
but I don't know how they
Buy
make
two.
money.
Buy two. Yeah, I don't know. I also don't know. Yeah.
You buy two, then become $4.
True.
So here $4 one plate, same what?
True lah, correct lah. Makes sense, makes sense.
Yeah. So misconception.
Okay. Yeah.
You liberate.
Hardest challenge that y'all face running this business.
I think the hardest challenge for all of us up until now is getting over yourselves. Like
Explain.
when somebody complains about your food or your drinks, it just hits you damn hard, you know. Like if anybody complains about your service, or
Take it personal.
you really take it personally.
Yeah.
For all hawkers, they really take it personally. One. Even when they say like, it's like that one, but it's really not like that one. It hurts. So people should be more gracious in
100%,
their
100%.
words. We stand here the whole day. We open from people open from 6, the char kway teow.
Yeah. Wow.
They open so early not to hear your like just eat and be at peace, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Trials and tribulations.
I think a lot of times it's always that me mentality lah, you know, like the me, you know, and yeah, it's quite same. Then Jack, you?
It's a struggle between profitability, quality, and amicable service,
Okay.
and how to scale it, right? Like
Understand.
sometimes the bigger you grow, you need to sacrifice certain things.
Yeah.
For example, you have a system. Last time it just used to be, you see my face, I already know what
Yeah.
you want.
It still
But
is.
now it still is,
Yeah.
just that
You need to
make things
key in.
easier for us. We need to keep accounting,
Yeah.
and so we use the iPad.
Yeah.
It may be,
It's not humanized anymore.
yeah, it may not be humanized, but
No.
it's
It's to serve y'all better.
yeah, it's profit.
Yeah.
It makes us more profitable,
Sure.
and if we can make more money, we are happier, and then we give more amicable service. Isn't that?
Win-win
It's
situation.
a cycle.
I'm not saying making more money, making less money gives you the right to be, sour
Of course.
and give bad service. But you need to understand hawkers are human beings.
100%.
Every service worker,
Yeah.
you guys also
100%.
understand. Every service worker, I don't care whether you're an aircon maintenance guy or contractor fixing the vanity closet
Yeah.
in your toilet. All of them are human beings. First and
100%.
foremost, acknowledge their humanness, and then you start to give evaluation about the service or
Yeah.
the product.
Yeah.
Acknowledge the human first.
Yeah.
The quality of the product and the service can never be so bad that you just
You should
you should garner a 1-star review on Google,
Right.
which is impossible to take down, as you know.
Yeah.
So, and it spoils the reputation of a business
100%. Yeah.
so easily. They spend 10 years doing it, and just one review can destroy
Yeah.
the business. It's not fair. It's
100%.
totally not fair at all. So, yeah, that's the hardest thing to get over. But yeah, as I said, as they mentioned, you have to keep being the example by, first of all, acknowledging the humanness of the customer as well, so that in hopes that they acknowledge your humanness.
Yeah.
And that's the tight line that we have to tread on.
Well said. I 100% agree lah, you know. Yeah, man. And What has been the best part or the most rewarding moment of this journey so far?
Free
On a
flow
personal-
coffee.
On a personal level, on a personal level.
Oh, free flow coffee.
Very simple.
Very simple. I'm very easily satisfied.
Okay. Yourself?
Free flow coffee.
On a personal level, what has been the most rewarding thing running this
I
business?
think being in the business together with your siblings and also working with a lot of other youngsters. I don't think if we started hiring youngsters, I would have gotten to know so many of them. So I think it keeps you young also. So all the banter, all the chit chats, it really feels different. I mean, I'm sure you guys also experience it.
100%.
So yeah, that one.
Yeah, it lets you into different worlds because each person brings a different world into your life. So yeah, one of the other things is when I drink the coffee in secondary school, yeah, I had a bad day. If I have a bad day, especially poly days, lots of projects, right, and deadlines. But when I drink my dad's coffee, I'm like, wow, I think everything should be okay. Even if I miss my deadline, everything is gonna be okay. I won't fail.
That's nice.
No matter how long a day you have ahead of you, after you drink the coffee, you'll be okay. So that's the biggest motivating factor for me. When I smell the coffee, I feel like, yeah,
At ease.
life is not so hard. there are harder jobs out there.
100%.
But if they can carry on, then I think our jobs are. There's not much to really complain incessantly about. Of course, we can whine, but it's not.
Free. Jack and I were just chatting with a much older hawker at Interim Market, and
They're moving to the.
At what market?
Interim.
Interim market. Okay.
Yeah, so they're moving back to Golden Shoe, and what she said to me kind of resonates because at the end of the day, we may be hawkers just serving a simple cup of coffee, but you never know what that simple cup of coffee will do for the next person.
100%.
You know, maybe they're having a bad day, they
Yeah.
drink, they feel better, maybe they can conquer the world.
Yeah.
You go back and write an email that settles his work stuff, that will make his counterpart maybe have a better life.
Yeah.
You know, so it's a snowball effect,
Right.
and you never really know what will happen. But to know that I made a difference
Yeah.
in another person's life,
I agree.
I think it's very simple enough to make me feel good. Yeah, so and free flow coffee.
Yeah. I think I definitely agree with what
The free flow coffee?
Faye, no, I said I mean that also, but like I
Actually,
think
if you're
on
listening,
the on the NL mask.
if you decide you want to
And vape.
switch, free flow coffee.
No. So no, as in I think really like on the at least also for us I think doing loop gums and stakeout, I think really the joy, at least the number one joy really for myself on a personal level, right, is really to, I mean like what Faye mentioned to be the one to make their day better,
A little
just
bit,
for a
right?
little bit,
Yeah.
exactly. It's just it's always good vibrations only, like you come in no matter what we always say, you can leave. Everyone has their own worries, but when they step through those doors, right, we want in that moment, in that space, the time that we spend together, we hope that we can lighten your day, forget your worries. Everyone still has to go back to their problems and stuff like that.
Shit,
But in this moment that you're with us, I can assure you that you are safe, you're happy, you can chill, and then power your way through once you step out, I think that's something we do live by every day. That's why, you mentioned it's a ripple effect. That's why good vibrations, just keep the vibrations on going. Pass it on to the next, pass it on to the next person. Then everything, hopefully, people around us will all be gracious, at the end of the day. So, yeah, people first, man. And then, finally, last one.
Last one. What piece of advice do you have for people who might want to pursue the profession of being a hawker?
First of all, you need to have a lot of money. That is
What?
the first thing. You need to have money to turn. At least you need to have capital. And then second would be persistence. I mean, passion is, you need to have passion.
That's the bare minimum.
Yeah, that's the prerequisite. Passion is the prerequisite, but you need to have persistence.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, and endurance.
Yeah.
Yeah, and money.
Yeah, stamina of motivation, persistence, and just keep going, and you have to keep believing.
Patience, would you all say patience also? Patience.
I think patience is something you develop. When you're young and obnoxious and full of yourself, you don't have patience.
Patience as in like you want to see success quick. I think
right,
with
right,
like
right.
the younger generation
Yes,
like
we
now
have instant gratitude.
right. So if they don't see like they see things are not working, sales is like down and everything. What do y'all think about it? Do you think patience is
And money.
Right. okay? And my
Which then leads me to the last quality.
Yeah.
If you are planning to be a hawker, if you are in our generation, I will take it you are at least educated in some sense
Sure.
to understand that when you want something big, you have to plan for it.
Yeah.
Not for the next week, not for the next month, not for the next year, but a couple of years.
Right.
You cannot just like, I want to do this now. Yes, then, you know. So if you are prepared and if you are you've planned for it, it's really half the battle. One, knowing what you want.
taking calculated steps lah.
Yes, knowing the setbacks you will face, making sure you can accept those setbacks and then to move forward. Because you will cha-cha a bit, go forward, move back,
Sure.
go forward, move back. And these things you have to accept. You cannot say I'm going to be successful, on my first store, my first day of opening. No such thing.
Right.
You need to understand that. So that's something I think a lot of people, they don't realize, even for hawkers. Purely for hawkers, they think, oh, okay, small store, maybe cheap. No. Need to plan, need to do your study, you need to research, market. Yeah, and all this is available readily, whether at the stores, online, do your work. Yeah. And I really, it's not just for hawkers, I think. Any kind of profession, it should be the same kind
Right.
of application. So yeah, patience.
Then would you all say, I mean, just to add on to that point also, it's like, what are some future plans for Coffee Break, if any? Or any dreams and ambitions, if any? Would y'all want to share a little bit? Like what your...
Business development.
Yeah, I'm head of business development. I think the goal for us is, especially with COVID-19 now, we understand that physically we cannot do everything ourselves. We do want to expand, but there are other means. So we're exploring those other means. It could be online, it could be physical stores, or it could be, collaborations. So we definitely will have a wider reach and that is in the works lah. So how, in what form? Follow us lah.
Fair. Socials all here. Boom, 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 boom.
So yes, we definitely still moving forward lah, I think. Yeah. Even after, I think 8 years in the business, full time in the business lah.
Okay. Then lastly, since I would consider all of your coffee connoisseurs, if you all could pick one place other than Coffee Break, recommend a coffee spot in Singapore, be it hawker stores or cafes. And don't want major chains lah. Don't want major chains.
Am I Bedok? What's the one I brought Papa
Personal
to? Bedok South. I forgot already. Okay, yeah, Bedok. They also have a long queue.
It's a hawker
Center.
Okay.
It's a corner store. Yeah, I enjoyed the coffee. I'll go back. So I can't remember the.
Okay, never mind. You go back fine. We put in post.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
Jack
yes.
and
Bedok
Anna
South.
and FJ, if you have also.
Actually, this may come as a shock, but the place where I go for my coffee fix, right, is Koi.
Oh yeah, Kori's coffee.
Koi.
Not bad.
Really. It's not Starbucks or Coffee Bean. I forgot about it. It's Koi.
Yeah, when I was at
Oh,
BAS also, I bought Koi Kopi. It's really not bad.
It's called Koi Cafe.
Oh.
Or there's a Koi Cafe Macchiato, but that one is too sweet because there's a lot of the macchiato cream.
Okay.
But the Koi Cafe is really a very convenient one. And
Interesting.
yeah, it's only sold in limited quantities every day.
Oh.
Because
So,
their
until sell out lah.
主题 is their main theme is bubble tea, right? So their coffee is in limited quantities only.
Oh, you hear it here, man.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm sorry lah. It's a chain lah.
It's
but
okay,
It's a
it's
chain
okay.
that I love.
Really say no big chains already.
Okay. NIU.
There's this Hainanese kopi in Geylang.
Oh.
Yeah, you're gonna put it down here. Right?
Okay, yeah, you let us know that we put in post.
44.
I think so.
44.
No, it's not near there. But anyway, the roti and the kopi and teh is damn nice. So yeah. Not really.
Oh, I
Geylang,
moved
Geylang.
liao.
You moved already. Oops.
moved liao. I moved to Chinese Gardens. No, but I'm moving to Pasir Ris again. Yeah, temporary one, Chinese Garden temporary.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I also.
Yeah.
FJU?
Oh, that one, no. We were just saying just now, the Geylang one. Yeah, I like that.
I don't drink coffee. Spicy, yeah. I'm very uncultured. I like the smell though. Yeah.
Some people buy
No, you like coffee break.
Oh yes, I like coffee break. You know, I like coffee break.
No, Jia, you drink our capsules at home.
Not all the time.
You attempt to make coffee.
Not all the time. Not all the time.
Okay.
I get my coffee powder from my dad, who mixes it for me.
Straight from the store.
Yes, so I don't actually buy from there. Yeah, not
From
from
us, from
I
us.
don't buy. Oh, okay. Wow.
No, like we bring the coffee beans back home and then we grind them for her.
Okay, last one. Who makes like the best coffee?
Me.
Oh,
Me.
oh.
I think we
Jack,
all
you wanna
think
say
it's
you also?
ourselves.
my dad.
Oh. Fair.
He's not.
No, but all of y'all three.
Oh,
all of you.
amongst
Yeah,
the
I'm not
three
sure.
of
Yeah.
us.
Jia.
Like objectively speaking, lah. Like y'all can say yourself, lah. But objectively, y'all think. And what's your
The only
specialty?
right answer is
Yeah. What was your who and then what's your specialty? Your personal specialty.
If I have to choose between the two of them,
Oh, okay.
then it's hers lah.
Oh.
So
You got it right.
I guess her lattes are better. Her traditional stuff is better. Are better.
Don't tell me I remember the last of the story.
don't tell me how I should make my tea.
Yeah, I love it.
That's me.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll choose Jack.
Okay.
Yeah. When Jack makes for me, very reminiscent of my dad's coffee. So Jack.
Okay, then and
I'll choose Jack also. But Faye does very good like kopi as well lah. I mean, her kopi is damn nice also. But I think generally Jack.
What?
She rarely brews anyway. She's better at service.
Okay.
Yeah, she's
That's
The
fair.
customers.
I'm so good at service. People forget how bad my coffee is.
FJU,
point.
who if you
When I come to coffee break, I don't actually notice who's brewing, so I don't know. Yeah, I really don't know.
Good.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's fair. Okay. I guess this episode is a wrap. And thank you, the guys from Coffee Break. And thank you all for tuning in on YouTube, on Spotify, on Apple Podcasts. And yeah.
We'll see you on our next episode.
And stay tuned. And if you all want to sponsor us, please. So yeah, do check out Coffee Break also. So boom, all their socials in the description and over here. Thank you guys. Thank you, Coffee Break.
Thank you.
Appreciate, man. Bye bye.